Hello and welcome, Devon Live Chat. And today we are talking about gaming channels. And a person who knows all about gaming channels, because he's just started one, is Loki. I'm interested because with the lockdown, there's lots more people actually getting into gaming, D&D, and all that sort of thing. So there's a lot of these things which are going on at the moment. And I want to know what it's all about and how you got involved in it. So let's start with that. How did you decide to get a gaming channel? That is the first question.
Well, it actually came about from last week. A friend of mine who runs his own channel, Snitch Mask Gaming. Yeah, a bit of a plug there, so you're welcome, Taryn. He asked me to jump in and join on one of his games. And as we were playing, it was really fun. We're there having a laugh together, and it was going live on something called Twitch, which is a video gaming network. And as I was doing it, I was like, this is a really good idea. And you play your games, and as you build up your followers and things like that, you can actually start earning money from it as well. And I thought, well, let's give it a go. Let's see what this is all about. So over the past week, I've been practicing how to set up my channel, things like that. I actually did a stream for about, I'm looking up at it now, 50 minutes, and I've managed to get 7 followers from it, 12 views. So I can actually, just sit down, do what I do normally, play some games, have a bit of a laugh. I've got my headset in so I can talk to my viewers as well. And it brings up a really nice little chat bar on the side so I can see what people are saying as we go along. And I just thought this is a really fun way to, carry on gaming and communicate with other gamers.
So you say games. What sort of games are we talking about here? What is
mainly video games. I personally run mine through my Xbox, which is why I'm on Twitch, because it's a bit easier for me to do the setup there. But you've got people that have Twitch running through their PC, and they'll be playing like the PC games. It's pretty much, if you can find video game, I mean, you can even do Twitch directly from your mobile. So if you like playing, I'm going to use this as an example, Among Us, which is a really popular game at the moment, and it's free on mobile. So if you enjoy playing Among Us, you can open up your Twitch account and say, oh yeah, I want to stream from my mobile, and you can start Twitch streaming. You can start your own video gaming channel playing Among Us, which, I will admit isn't a bad idea at the moment, because if you can find a popular game, you will get more views. I mean, yes, there are a lot of channels streaming the same thing. So there's a brilliant bit when you set up your account and streams, which is, as you're setting up your account, it says, if you're a brilliant gamer, superb. If you're not a brilliant gamer, find a niche even. Find something that makes your channel slightly unique. And I'm going to do an explanation on one of those on a Facebook gaming channel in a moment, because there are multiple platforms as well. The 4 main platforms are Mixer, which is owned by Microsoft. There is Twitch, which is owned by Amazon. There is YouTube, which is owned, of course, by Google. And I cannot do this show on Facebook and not mention Facebook gaming. which brings me to one of the other streamers that I personally watch, which is a guy called Grave. And he plays things like Grand Theft Auto. But he's got a brilliant way of doing his where it's basically a wolf's head. So instead of seeing his face, you see a superimposed wolf's head. And as he talks, the mouth moves and everything. And one day I'd like to learn how to do that because I think it's absolutely brilliant. But he's not, he's good, but he's not the greatest gamer. But he's taken his thing and gone, right, my little unique bit is I'm going to have this wolf's head. So he gets a lot of views because he is different. So if you're not the greatest gamer, don't worry. Doesn't mean you can't do it. There are ways around it. Just, have fun.
Now, the question is cost to go onto these different platforms. Do you have to pay to do this?
You do not have to pay to stream. The main money for it is equipment. So me personally, as I said, I'm running it through my Xbox. Now, I have an Xbox anyway, so I didn't have to worry about any expense on that. But if I were to be running it through, say, a PC, I'd need, a PC, gaming mic, camera, because you don't have to be on camera. You can do it purely through the mic, which is what I do at the moment because I don't have a camera. But there are loads of options for different things that you can get. I mean, if I were running it through PC and I wanted to play Mario Maker on the Switch. Now the Switch doesn't have a Twitch option. So what I'd have to do is get something called a gaming capture card, which usually sell for about £80. And then I'd have the gaming capture card linked into my PC, which would be streaming through streaming through Twitch, and I'd have my Switch plugged into my capture card. So that's where the expense can come in, is on your setup equipment. But for the actual account and things like that, it's all free. Right. You can actually earn money from it as well, which I will explain in a moment.
So we got all these different things that you need to buy if you're doing certain things, or you can do the basics of it as well. If somebody is watching your gaming channel, they can talk to you, but can they actually take part in the game as well?
They can do, because I can send out invites and things like that. But that I'd actually do in my case, it'd be from my Xbox. So I'd get them to send me their gamer tag, which is basically like our unique identifiers on the consoles. And then I'd send them a invite directly from my console. But it's one of the things that you can do. Sorry, I've just realized I'm erming a lot, so I do apologize. It's one of the things that you can do with so I've noticed it now and I can't stop. It's one of the things that you can do with the memberships, because as you start earning money on Twitch, you can actually have subscribers. So you can actually turn around to your subscribers and say, okay, I'm going to be doing a Grand Theft Auto game on Friday night. You can join me as a subscriber, and we'll be online at 7 o'clock. So I would then turn around to the subscribers and go, right, what's your gamer tag? Yeah, that's it. Come on then. In you come. And basically, you can mess about with them, have fun.
So by viewing somebody's channel like your channel, which we'll give details on a little bit later on, it's a way that if you've been playing a particular game, and you've got a problem with a certain part of it, you might have the resolve to say you can take it to the next level. Is that the advantage of watching other people play?
That's the advantage of watching other people play. And you'll also find that a lot of the streamers, if you're, if you're nice and polite to them, because I have seen quite a few people that just go on streams to cause trouble. A prime example, a friend of mine was playing, yet again, GTA. They were playing that, and someone logged onto this stream, and all he turned around and said was, "You're rubbish, quit streaming, you're going to get trolls." That's what they're called, is trolls. And the same with any form of any platform where you're out there in the public eye, you're going to get the trolls. It sucks, but unfortunately it is a reality. So
there's a big thing going on at the moment, isn't there, about social media platforms and people using this as keyboard warriors, racist abuse, and other types of abuse as well. Why people have to do that? Because they're hiding in a room and they think they can get away with it, and no one's going to knock on their door and say stop it or else, which is a shame. Now, I've been doing a little bit of research. Sounds good, doesn't it? And if you go into Google and you put in how to start a gaming channel, it gives you 4-step guide. Okay, 4-step guide. Basically, you've been touching on this equipment, but the first off is Brainstorm for your channel. Now, you're touching on this as well. Basically, if you want people to come and view, then you need to have something unique, or you need to be playing a game that people want to know more about. So is this the sort of thing that if you are doing this on a regular basis and you're then getting a name for yourself, even if you've got a wolf's head on, the gaming companies may send you the games in advance to you to preview, to try? Is that something which is quite normal with these sort of channels?
It's incredibly normal, and especially if you end up with a lot of followers. A lot of the game companies will send you advanced previews and things like that, because what it does for them is it gives them extra advertising options. You will find that you get something called an embargo, though. So this is something I will warn, if you do get to that point and the gaming companies are sending you games and that, they will give you a date and they will say you cannot stream or show any video from this game before this date. Usually it's 2 to 3 days before the game is released. And it basically, the reason they do that is it gives them time to finalize any little bugs or anything, make any little changes beforehand.
I'm looking at the various different games. Shooting games is one.
So that'd be things like your Fortnites, your Call of Duties, things like that.
Yeah. Sports, lots of sporting ones, isn't there? I presume
is very popular.
Comes into that, doesn't
it? Sorry, I didn't hear that. That's my fault. I spoke.
Mario Kart come into sports?
No, Mario Kart would come under the racing category. Mario Kart is a very good one for streaming, but I would recommend, if you're going to be streaming things like Mario Kart, do it with friends. And make sure that your friends also got their microphones active and things like that. Purely because with something like that, it's a social game. And that's something I was going to touch on as well, which is social gaming, which is an absolute, I recommend. As I said, the first experience I had with it was last week, and that was social gaming. It was playing a game that had just been released called Project Winter. And basically we're sat there and we've got our headsets on, we're all playing the game, just having a laugh together. And the views on the video when it was released were really, really good. And that's because we were sat there, we were having fun, we were enjoying ourselves. And as we were enjoying ourselves, the viewers were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, that is one of the things actually which is said in this journal that I've been reading, that if you're going to run a gaming channel, enthusiasm, enjoy. The more enthusiasm and the more joy that you're actually having, then likewise, those other people watching will start to have the joy and the enthusiasm as well. And it does say that stay on top of, keep thinking of where you're going to go to, which is the next game that you're going to play. How many times do you put on your TV and maybe you have one of those satellite TV boxes and you've got 300 or 400 channels and you flick through it? I've seen this. Oh, not again. So, and I suppose it's like a gaming channel. If you're doing the same thing all the time, over and over and over again, in the end, people are going to desert what you're doing and find something else to watch. Is that about right?
That's about right. Do not be afraid to change it up. You know, I will say this as well. Sometimes you're going to play, you're going to do your videos and that you're going to end up with like one viewer. Don't worry. You know, it's not, you know, just keep at it. If you find that it's still only one, maybe two viewers, think about changing up the game. As I said, there's, if you go onto online or onto the Twitch, have a look at what's popular. See what games are trending at the moment. Maybe give one of those a go. Me personally, I play a lot of the GTA. So Grand Theft Auto. I play a lot of GTA, but I'm also going to be putting a lot of the older games on there. So games that were originally released on the Xbox 360 or the original Xbox. So I'll be playing some of those because there's not many people playing them.
So you're not going
it's going to open that little niche bit there.
You're not going to go back as far as Space Invaders and Pac-Man then?
I actually might do if I manage to get my computer up and running. If I get a computer up and running, I was actually contemplating doing a lot of the opening up a second channel purely dedicated to retro gaming. So it would be sat down playing Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Donkey Kong, you know, the original Command and Conquers, things like that, and just expanding the revenue that way.
I think
that's something as well, revenue.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's going to make a big revival and come back, probably in a different format. If you follow what's going on in theme parks at the moment, they're actually doing a ride in Nintendo World called Donkey Kong. I'm sure that that will revive a lot of interest in that particular game, and that will be fun. Multiplayer online battle arena. What's that mean?
Battle Arena, that's your battle royale games. So that would be Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, but it can also include what's called MOBA. And I'm just trying to think what MOBA stands for. So if you give me one moment, I will quickly look that up. But MOBA games include things like League of Legends, Overwatch is another good example. And basically, it's where you work as a team to complete an objective in things like League of Legends, Dota 2. Sorry, I've just pulled up. MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. So there we go. You already answered what it stood for. Smite. Smite's another really popular one. In Smite, you basically play gods, and the whole point of it is that you have to, say, destroy the enemy's crystal. So you have, 4 or 5 of you on one side, 4 and 5 on the other. You have a big map, and the whole aim is to get to the other side of the map and destroy the enemy's crystal, whilst your enemies are coming towards you and trying to destroy your crystal. You can take out the enemies can take out you, you can summon people to come and help you, but you have to really sit down and strategize. And I've seen some amazing strategies that I will amend there, that with the multiplayer online battle arenas, that does not include Fortnite or Call of Duty Warzone. I made a mistake there, I will admit, before anyone lynches me.
I must admit, actually, the idea of like one team going against another team, computers weren't actually part and package of my growing up, but it was actually going to a summer camp where your organization would then try and go and get the other organization's flag.
Capture the flag, yeah.
So exactly the same, but instead of sitting in a field and getting cold or wet or whatever, which was a lot of fun, actually. You can actually do it in the comfort of your own home, because you were talking about the game weather. Cold weather. Yeah, we've had a lot of that recently as well. Sandbox style.
Sandbox style. I love sandbox games. I'm going to mention a few of them here. The big one being, of course, Minecraft. Basically a sandbox game. You've got an open map, you've got an open world, you do what you want. A brilliant example of a fantasy sandbox game would be something like Skyrim. So in Skyrim, you can do whatever you want. You can, you've got a story mode to it. So you can follow the story, or you can just go off and kill dragons or fight giants. Or you can turn around and go, actually, you know what? I don't want to do all of that. I'm going to build a house, and I'm going to go off and gather all the bits I need to build this house. So Sandboxes basically gives you the tools to do what you want.
Okay. Animal Crossing, that's another one. Grand Theft Auto.
I've never played an Animal Crossing, I will admit, and I keep being told off for this one, but I've never actually played an Animal Crossing game. But from what I can make out, basically a bit like Farmville. A more advanced version of Farmville, you build, the newest one, I can't remember what the newest one's called, but you basically design and build and manage your own island.
Right. Sounds a little bit like my roller coaster one, where you build a theme park.
Yeah.
That would be the same, would it? Where you spend hours and hours and hours constructing your special roller coaster, and then you're running the park, and you have to manage it to say how much you're going to charge, where you're going to put your vending points of, maybe T-shirts, ice cream, or whatever. And then hopefully you will make a success of your theme park, even if the roller coaster falls apart. But that's a
prime
problem.
Example on that. One of the games that I will be streaming in the future, which is the Jurassic World game. And exactly like you were saying, you basically design your own version of Jurassic Park. And through the game, you have, I think it's 6 different islands. So you build your park, you put your vendors around, you bring your, you get the fossils and things like that for the dinosaurs. You build your dinosaurs, and it's a very, very fun little game there. And it's just like your theme park games, because that's what it is. Just a theme park game with dinosaurs.
You could do the two, couldn't you? You could put the Velocicoaster in there, which is having trials at the moment and just about to open at Islands of Adventure Universal in Orlando. No Man's Sky. What's that?
Oh, No Man's Sky. I've actually got quite a bit of experience on this one because it was quite a controversial game. And the reason it was controversial is that it was advertised as a big, amazing game, which it is. I've got to admit, I really enjoy it myself. That's my personal opinion. But you were going to be able to team up with your friends and go off and explore whole new planets. It is another sandbox game. You were going to be able to visit new planets and just mine it, upgrade your ship. It was a game based around wasting time. The reason it was so controversial was they made it too big. The chances of actually meeting another player, because of how many each planet was randomly generated. So the chances of actually meeting another player were like 1 in, I think it was something like 1 in 127,000.
That's better odds than the lottery, but there you go.
Yeah. So the chance of you actually meeting another player or being able to meet up with your friends were not that good. They have fixed it in newer updates. But yeah, basically you get your ship, you fly off, you mine the planet, you learn part of the story, because there is a purpose to the game that I'm not going to spoil for you. So if you get a chance to give it a go, it takes a long time. It's what I personally call a grinding game. You're mining stuff to earn money to get a bigger, better ship, so you can have more space to grind more stuff, to earn more money to get a bigger ship to reach the final goal. Another example of a grinding game is one that I personally absolutely adore, which is called Monster Hunter. Now, I have played all of the Monster Hunter games, and yes, I'm sad enough to admit I have even played the Japanese import versions of the online Monster Hunter game. So you hunt a monster, and you carve the monster, use parts from the monster to make bigger, better weapons, so you can beat even bigger monsters. And the whole point of a grinding game is that to progress, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to do the same monster 6, 7 times to get the pieces that you need, just so that you can go and beat the next monster, to grind that one 6 or 7 times to get the bits you need to get the next monster and progress through.
Okay, one of the games that I've used to love playing and they don't make anymore, Professor Layton. Where would that fall into all these different categories? What sort of game would that be?
Professor Layton would fall under a puzzle game. So that would include Professor Layton, using Nintendo as an example here, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright is a very good one, where you basically play as a lawyer. I'm trying to think of some other puzzle games.
Yeah, because the puzzle is it has that side effect to it, doesn't it? That you're getting from A to B, you've got to solve the puzzles to actually then move on to the next level, and so on and so on and so on. And not only the amount of games that they did, they also did a full-length video of one as well, which was quite an interesting thing. Growing your channel, how do you grow your gaming channel? That's the next question.
To be honest, with views and word of mouth. So like, as I'm picking up on the followers, at the moment I have 7 followers. I've literally just started out. So I've done a total of 1 stream, and that was whilst I was trying to get to grips with it all. because there are certain bits you're going to need to make adjustments to your settings and things like that. Don't worry, there is help out there. So once I start streaming properly, which I'm aiming to do in the next week, it will be, I'll be going onto Facebook and saying, hey guys, I'm going to be playing Alice Madness Returns. I'm going to be playing Alice Madness Returns today at 4 o'clock. Here's my Twitch feed, or here's my Twitch channel. Come and have a look. I'll be on there. Let's have a chat and have fun. I keep saying that, and that's something I need to explain as well. When I'm saying about this, I'm saying have fun, because we touched on it earlier. That is crucial to any successful channel, because like we were bringing it up earlier, if you're watching a channel and someone is there talking like this as they are playing the game, you're not going to want to listen to that going the whole way. If you've got someone who's going, oh yeah, brilliant, right, so we've just managed to, oh wow, oh whoa, I've just managed to get a golden gun in GTA, wow, right, come on guys, what do you want me to do next? You're going to go for the one that's going, oh yeah, right, let's interact, let's have fun. Wow, what have we managed to do? Interact with your viewers as well.
Exactly what we're about to do. That's what we're going to do right now. A multiplayer online battle arena, somebody has put.
Thank you very much. That was an explanation as to what mode.
Yeah, it's all
GTA
about.
GTA is a very popular one. The top three, top four streaming games at the moment are Fortnite, Battle Royale Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, Among Us, and Grand Theft Auto. They're at the moment there are 12.4 million viewers right now watching people play Grand Theft Auto online.
Has the graphics on Grand Theft Auto better from the very first series what was released? Because it never ever looked like the cars were going to drive down the road correctly. It was like just watching somebody maneuvering a house brick in their hand over the top of graphics.
Yeah, it's definitely improved. Sorry, I'm just putting up here so I can see who it is that's made those comments so we can thank them.
Yeah, well, it says Facebook. Zoe said, was waiting for the mention of Monster Hunter. I presume that you know Zoe.
Yes, I know Zoe very, very well. She is an absolute legend. So thank you for watching. And yes, of course, there's going to be a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, views, word of mouth, sharing it in everywhere, in geeking groups, in gaming groups.
Exactly.
Still classes as geeky.
Yeah.
It's
brilliant! It's Chili. Hello, Chili.
Hope the band's getting themselves ready for coming back out of the pandemic. That would be quite nice. We must touch on that again at some point or another. Okay, where are we? You've got to think like a marketing person, haven't you, to get the word out? That's what they're saying. The main aim for your channel is to be found and be liked. So if you are liked, that is good. So in fact, if you're going on to any of the channels we're streaming to, hit the like button and drop a message to us, whatever. Or even on that, I've actually put the link to come on here if you want to say anything about what you're doing with these.
Well, one thing I want to touch on there is you say about marketing, and you have to have a marketing head on you for it. It's because if done right, this can be a business. You can earn money from streaming. Prime example, Twitch. To start earning money on Twitch, you need to become an affiliate. To become an affiliate, you need to reach certain criteria. The four main criteria you need to reach are: you need to start earning the basic money 50 followers. So you get 50 followers in a 30-day period. You need to stream for 8 hours. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be 8 hours solid. You need to stream at least 3 times a week. And you need regular viewers of, and this is the really hard bit, 3 viewers per video. So, and I was being sarcastic on the really hard bit. If you've got yourself a popular channel, or you've got you've got a little bit of a niche to you and a little bit of uniqueness, you shouldn't have any difficulty with the three viewers per video.
For everyone, the graphics are amazing now. To see how the game has grown over the years, it's phenomenal. Yeah. Wow. And at the moment I'm playing Planet Coaster, and the flying game on a PS4. I think we're talking about the gaming channels, and it's nice to know that people are playing at the same time. We must come back and do another show on the way that the gaming consoles are changing quite radically as well, aren't they? Because PS5 now, is it?
PS5 is out. The Xbox Series X and S are out, and I've got to check up on it, but they are talking about a new version of the Switch coming out as well. Because you will find that there are 4 main competitors in the gaming market, and that is PC, and Microsoft's Xbox, Sony's PlayStation, and Nintendo's. At the moment, it's the Switch, but previous to that, it was the Wii U and the Wii. So,
what about the
very interesting?
What about the little one that I've got, which I play?
Yeah, the DS.
Yeah, the DS. So, are they still making that?
Yes, they are. It's currently the 3DS, I believe.
Yeah, well, 3DS has been out for quite a few years. Right, Zoe, you've got to be an all-rounder when doing a gaming Reddit channel, marketing, engaging, watchable, put your own views on, ask what your viewers think, subscription, service, merchandise, once you're up and running, advertising. I think she's just got it all in one go there. Woohoo!
100%.
Big up for Zoe there. Thank you very much indeed. So that's where it is monetizing. It is the total finished article, or is it the pleasure that you want to give other people viewing? I would have thought that it's a balance between the two.
For me personally, it's going to be the pleasure. It's going to be, it'd be brilliant to be monetized, because I get monetized, I can buy better equipment, I can do better streams, therefore I can, make a better channel for people to enjoy. For me personally, I love the idea of sitting down, playing a game, and having people go, oh yeah, how do I do this? Or when I was running my test stream, I actually got a message from a friend of mine going, oh, I'm watching you play at the minute. I said, oh, brilliant, thanks. He turned around and said, I'm stuck on this heist, because, with the game I was playing, and I'm not going to keep saying it, but GTA. With GTA, they've got a heist system in there. And he was saying, I've been stuck on this heist for months. Can you help me? So I've actually arranged with him that next week we're going to go and do the heist live on my stream. And we're just going to have a bit of fun. We're going to play the game, and I'm going to help him. And that's the thing you'll find, as I was saying earlier, before I got distracted on trolls, so that was my fault. But I find that you turn around to a streamer and say, look, have you got any advice, or is there any way you can get some help? Either the streamer themselves will help you out, or the other viewers will, because it basically becomes a community.
I was going to touch on that. Actually, it is a community, and the community. Do those who become those communities, do they stick to one particular platform? Because, like Zoe's saying, haha, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, actually, whenever I want to find out about something, if I tend to hit a brick wall, ding, YouTube, and somebody somewhere has got the answer to the problem of how to fix it. And I'm not on about gaming, I'm on about all sorts of things. I think
Well, I've got an example of that as well.
Google, YouTube, help me please, done. Which is great. But again, that is a totally different subject, which we will do a show on at some point.
It's actually not as far off on the subject that we're touching on today as well, though, because as I was saying, with the platform and the community, there are there's Twitch, there's Mixer, there's Facebook, and there is a YouTube gaming channel. And the example I was going to use actually brings in the YouTube perfectly, which was on GTA. There is a little bug that happens where basically you've got nightclubs that you can own, and they start earning money. And every now and then, one of the parts of the nightclub will stop working. And I've been stuck for about a week with my nightclub earning no money. So I was sat there watching a YouTuber play GTA, and I just put a message up going, hey, quick question. Anyone know how to fix the nightclub? After that, I had about 11 different people all put in the comments section about it and saying, oh, well, I use this to fix it. I use that to fix it. And then the guy who was running the channel actually said on his stream, okay, I see that we're talking about the nightclub glitch at the moment. So this is how I fix it. And he actually went on into his nightclub and showed me how to fix it. And I fixed it last night, following what he was saying as he was doing it. And it's that kind of interaction with the audience.
Yeah, it resolved your problems.
Yeah.
Now,
so do not be afraid to turn around and ask a streamer, oh, yeah, how do I do this?
Well, what it's saying here, actually, on a different journal, get less focused on one video game. So basically, if you just stick to that one video game, it's like I was saying, you know, how many times do you watch the same thing on TV before you say, no, I want to see something else? Keep a close eye on your competitors. So the thing is, you not only need to be doing your own streaming, but you need to see what others are doing as well, because somebody might have come up with some unique little twist to what's going on. It's a bit like what we do in the world of entertainment. I've said it to you and I've said it to everybody else. Don't just look at me and copy me because you become a clone. Go and look at other people and take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from somewhere else, put it into the blender, mix it all up, and that's you. And I suppose that really goes for the same with running one of these channels for gaming, which is pretty good. Don't upload a single game video without doing the work first. So I presume that if you just go and jump in there and then you completely muck it up, all the hard work that you put in beforehand will be undone in one quick swoop. It's like, whoa.
It can be, yeah. The one thing I will say as well, that I've seen a few channels actually go under for this. So don't forget to read the community standards rules, because I've seen quite a few channels go under because they've turned around and spoken about something they shouldn't have, and they've been reported and they've been shut down. Be careful. There are rules and regulations. don't flaunt them.
Broadcast standards comes into it. You are broadcasting, and the language is the first thing you've got to think of. You've also got to think of what you're saying about other people as well. Don't be offensive. Become an active member of a gaming community. I think we touched on that because you said, that sometimes you've got stuck with trying to find an answer, like you did with your nightclub. And I think you got about the only nightclub that's still open with the lockdown, but that's another story. I want to get more views on YouTube and places like that. Then you need to promote yourself. That's what I reckon. I think we need to get into the end. Unless there's any other comments what want to come in, just type them in there. We'll throw them up.
I've got two that I wanted to make, which is first off, a quick hello to Nick Edwards, because Nick Edwards is the one who's currently playing the roller coaster and flight VR games. Was it roller coaster that you said? Oh no, sorry, Planet Coaster.
I was going to say I was talking roller coaster, wasn't I?
So Nick Edwards is the one who's currently playing Planet Coaster and the VR games. Oh, yes. Zoe has managed to beat me to it again. Discord. Now, Discord is an app, basically like a big chat app. You can create your own forums on there. It is an absolutely brilliant way to keep in contact with your viewers. So me personally, I'll be setting up a Loki Plays Discord app, also Discord group. And through that, I can put a message out to all my followers and subscribers and just say, hey guys, I'm going live in half hour. See you guys there. But it also means that they can talk about, oh, well, I'd like to see you play Mario versus Donkey Kong, or something like that. So it increases the communication between you, the streamer, and your followers and your viewers.
So you can throw the carrot out, and then people will say, "This is what I want."
Yeah, and it's a brilliant way of increasing the communication and bridging the gap between you, the viewer, and you, the presenter.
She's very busy on the keyboard, isn't she? Also, once you're in with at least 100 followers, competitors with prizes are a good way to get viewers involved. What's that mean?
Oh, definitely. Basically, you can start running competitions like, say I wanted a new logo. I could go out, pay £10 or whatever on what they call V-Bucks, which is quite popular with Fortnite. Or, as I do quite a bit with GTA, I could go out and buy a what they call a shark card, which is basically money for GTA. And I can turn around to the guys and say, okay, competition time. You guys design me a logo, and whoever has the best logo wins this prize. So I then give them that and get the prize back. Or you don't even need to do it for a logo or something like that. You could just turn around and say, hey guys, competition time. First person to message, or add 3 followers or something like that, gets this prize. And that increases the, yet again, communication, but it also allows for things like advertising through word of mouth. It can all be utilized. Think outside the box.
That's good. Let's say, because looking at the logo up on the top right hand corner, something designed like that didn't cost me anything. I did it myself. But there you go. That's life.
Well, I mean, my logo at the moment is just a photo I'd taken on Pokemon Go. So, it still links in with my gaming because it's Pokemon, but it cost me nothing. at some point I will upgrade and I'll get a proper Loki Plays logo. Yeah, t-shirts, V-Bucks, all sorts really. Spot on.
What's a V-Buck?
V-Buck is the currency used in Fortnite, and using that you can buy special outfits, costumes, even because you do like the hang gliding into the area, you can buy special hang gliders and stuff like that.
I've never thought about
how it's in-game currency.
I've never thought about hang gliding to a video game. How the heck do you do that?
Oh, yeah, again, I'm sorry for bringing it up. GTA, you can do parachuting. You can do parachuting in a video game. You can do hang gliding. They've even got a little glider with a little buggy attached at the bottom. I can't think what they're called at the minute. Yep. Oh, thank you for bringing that one up. Steam. Now, Steam is an absolutely amazing PC based gaming network, shall we say. Basically, you can buy your games on there. They've got loads of free games and that as well. 100% recommend it if you're planning on streaming from PC, because you've got such a wide variety of games from there, ranging from flight simulators to RPGs, which is role-play games, and so much variety that you can then utilize in your channel to, you know, shake it up.
Right.
So Steam is absolutely brilliant if you're starting on PC.
Right. It is that sort of time, you know, because I'm looking at the big clock on the wall at the moment, and the big hand's gone past 12, and the little hand's gone past 2, and I know you've got other things to do. Let's just quickly thank all those people who have been contributing, but we've got one more here. Steam is virtual version of GameStop for PC and that. Right. Thank you, Zoe.
Yeah.
Thank you for your comments. Who else has been on? Chili's been on, and I think you said Nick Edwards has been on as well. That is great. Thank you very much indeed for your comments. And let's just mention one gamer actually who's got a birthday today. Happy birthday, Jez.
Yeah, very happy birthday, Jez. So hope you have a brilliant day.
Yeah,
Dim problem. No problem. Well,
no problem. All right. Okay.
Zoe is an absolutely amazing Welsh woman who, you know, absolute godsend, love it a bit. So thank you, Zoe.
All right. Oh, that's slow, isn't it? That was me. Right. Okay. So tell
I will
everybody
say
the channel.
I've literally just put up the channel name on the chat section here. It is Loki Plays, and it's, to be exact, it's L0K1 Plays.
So
and that is an underscore as well.
10, couldn't it? It looked like 10 KI, but it's capital L, capital O, little K.
No, L0.
Right.
Unfortunately, Loki Plays was taken, so I had to replace the O with the number 0.
Right.
So yeah.
And then Plays. Okay. So you go along there and follow him. We'll put this on our chat page as well, so other people can see that. And I'll leave that up there actually, just as we say thank you very much indeed to everybody who's joined us today. Thank you for the insight. I knew nothing about this at all until we started this, and we look forward to you joining us again another time fairly soon. It's been Devon Live Chat. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.